you're in for a long day whenever the preacher brings a 2-liter carbonated, caffeinated drink here, and I'm not actually drinking that, by the way. I mean, not during this sermon. Maybe later. But here, it's funny to me how God can use simple or maybe different things to speak to a preacher, to have them minister on this or minister on that. And let me just say right now, if you think that I'm getting ready to say that you cannot drink Cokes, that Cokes are bad, if you come out of the sermon saying, well, Brother AJ said that we couldn't drink Pepsis, then I know that you weren't listening, okay? Because that's not at all what I'm going to say. I know for someone like Brother Jim, who's just given up drinking Cokes, I'm now setting plenty of it here before him. But that's not what I'm getting at. Because as I'm walking from work one day out to my car, there's a man that was on break who had a 2-liter Pepsi there by his lunch. And later, as I get to thinking about this, God begins to speak to me about commitment versus convenience.
All right.
This is what I'll let represent convenience, and the 2 liters what I'll let represent commitment. Because Pastor, I find that even in churches, a lot of people just want something that they can consume within about an hour, maybe. Some people prefer 20 minutes. But something they can consume in one sitting, then just deposit in the trash on their way out, not to be bothered by it again. Something that's going to pump them up for just a minute. Something that's going to just make them happy for a moment and make them feel a little bit better, but something that doesn't require something from them tomorrow. Something they don't have to carry home with them. Something that they don't have to think about on Monday whenever work sucks. Something that they don't have to worry about or think about on Tuesday whenever their kids are acting crazy. Something that they don't have to worry about or think about Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whenever the weight of this world is hitting them. They just want something convenient. Something for the moment. Something for now. And I will say, you can drink this in one sitting. I don't know how your heart rate would be at that moment that you just took all this caffeine down at that time. But this is something that requires a little more commitment. This is something that requires a little more time.
Yes.
This is something that likely after one sitting you would have to carry home with you, take with you. Something that you can't just... Well, again, you can, but typically this is intended for more than just a one-time, one day, 1 hour use.
All right.
It requires commitment. It requires commitment. But convenience, when I think about this, I think of the employee who wants a promotion but wants to call in every Friday. I think about a student that wants a good career but doesn't want to study. I think about a spouse who wants a good marriage but only wants to think about their own needs and not consider the needs of their wife. I think about someone who wants something that's just convenient. I think about somebody that wants something that's just going to appease me just for about an hour but requires no true commitment. Something that I don't have to carry with me into tomorrow. Something that doesn't require that I give anything up of myself. I just want something that's going to help me out just for now, but it's not going to convict me tomorrow. Something that I don't have to sacrifice anything of. And again, the commitment. This is one. Can I tell you that I bought both of these today? And y'all may already know. Can anybody tell me which one costs more? The big one? No, the big one's $1.66. This is $1.78. And it's something how commitment, a lot of times it costs you less than what convenience will. Oh, come on, talk to me, y'all. I'm saying sometimes when we choose to just go ahead and commit, it may hurt a little bit now. It may be heavier right now, but in the long run, you're going to see that it's going to cost you a lot less than what convenience will. Because again, I'm talking about the difference between convenience and commitment. My wife said several weeks ago, she now gets, she drinks Sprite, and she loves when I talk to her, by the way. Everybody say hi, Sister Michaela. She was talking just several weeks ago. She's been drinking Sprite because our daughter's been making her, kind of queasy now in this stage of the pregnancy. But she's been drinking Sprite. She was getting 2 liters, but now she gets small, convenient cans. And again, y'all, there's nothing wrong with drinking Cokes. Okay, so don't take that away from this, because if you take it away from this, I'm gonna have to give you the recording so you can understand. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with drinking Cokes. But she got these little cans because she said, I don't like the 2 liters because they get flat. Because they go flat. And I'll tell you that Christianity go flat too if you let it. But just what if this was not intended to last more than, say, 7 days?
All right, come on.
What if this was intended that by the time you consume it in about a period of a week, that you go back to a place that could fill you up with something fresh, with something that's going to help you get full again? I guess what I'm saying is, what if the water inside of you was not meant to just sit there and die, but was meant to flow out and live? What if the light that's inside of you was not meant to be put under a bushel, but was meant to shine, so that all men may see your good works, but glorify your Father that is in heaven? What if God is putting the things inside of you, not just to let it sit there and die, but so you can take it out, pour it out, and then come on Sunday and say, God, here I am, fill me back up? What if God's wanting you to commit to some things so that you can pour it out as you go through this walk of life? Because I tell you, church can get flat if you let it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come on.
But if you commit, I promise you, you'll find it's a lot better than just getting something convenient.